So, major life update. One that's so major it's going to impact my presence on social media, primarily going to cons, but a little bit on YouTube. I just want to talk about my plans going forward. First and foremost, I will be going back to college. This is my third attempt at going to college, and this time, since the third time's the charm, I am determined to pass and actually get the degree I want to get. The first two times, I really didn't know what I wanted, but now I do. So I'm going to be doing that. Right now, I'm furthering my EMS education and going for my paramedic through the community college's paramedic degree program, where I get my paramedic and my associate's degree all in one go. I'm already in my winter interim session, and I'm going to be attending the spring session, which may impact my attendance to a few conventions, which I will get into later in the video. With that, I will also be getting my lifeguard as my physical education. First and foremost, I am going back to college online. Basically, that will impact my attendance at some conventions, probably just one, which I'll get into later in the video. However, those should finish up by May. This will be ongoing until around 2025, 2026, 2027. I'm just going part-time for now, not full-time, so it shouldn't make too much of an impact, but it is something to keep in mind as far as my schedule goes. I am currently going back to get my paramedic degree. My community college has a paramedic program where you get your paramedic, but you also get your associate's degree. So I killed two birds with one stone with that, because my grandpa wanted me to get my associate's degree, and I want to get my paramedic to further my EMS career. Related to education, I will also be attending more certification classes to further my career in the fire service. I'm mainly trying to go for all the rescue certifications. The goal with the end of the year is to be a full-fledged rescue technician, so I can be competitive to getting on to career fire departments as a paid fireman. Branching off of that with work, so for the past year, I have been at an interfacility transport company, a private ambulance agency, where I basically drive patients to and from different facilities all day for 12 hours. I started this job before I finished my EMTB course, so I've been doing this for like coming up on a year now. I started as a driver, now I'm an EMT there, and I'm ready to move on. I'm mainly ready to move on because I'm potentially getting hired with a fire department as a paid EMT, where I will be 911, not interfacility transport anymore. I will also be a state employee at long last, so all around a better opportunity. And with that, my schedule will open up more, because instead of working 3 days a week for 12 hours a day at my company, where I'm on the road the whole time, I will be staging from a fire station for a 24-hour shift and a 12-hour shift over the weekend, which will affect my attendance to multiple cons. So, this is going to come a bit late. New Year's Fur Ball. People always ask me, am I going to it? Am I going to it? And people, as in people who know me from the general area. In case you don't know, I'm in the Northeast. I stick to the Northeastern cons for the most part. I went to MFF, but I mainly stick to the Northeast. I will not be going to New Year's Fur Ball. Why? Because right now is a bad time. I already started my college winter session, so I'm busy with that. I have work the following Monday. And honestly, I just can't justify it, because it is a bit of a hike from where I am for such a short convention. Do I want to go next year? Yes. Um, but as it stands, I am not going for this year. After New England, this is the big one because this is where I got my start with conventions. I will not be attending that either. Likely. Probably not. Because that falls on a weekend when I will likely be working at the new job. Um, and I feel like it's too early to be like bouncing around shifts. I'll see what I can do because the guy who got me the job there is my friend. Maybe I can go, but if I do go, it'll be by the skin of my teeth. Most of this stuff should iron itself out by the time Philadelphia rolls around. But in the immediate future, I am going to be taking a break from cons for multiple reasons, which I will be explaining in a later video because that's a whole other can of worms in and of itself. For cons, I do have plans to go to. I am not going to rule out Anthrocon because I've never been, and it really isn't terribly far away. I feel like it's worth the shot. I won't have to get on a plane like I did for MFF, so maybe. I'm not going to promise anything. Philadelphia, I want to try to do it. I'm not going to make any guarantees now, but as it stands, it is on the list of cons I'm going to try to go to because by then a lot of these issues I've mentioned should iron themselves out because I'm not going to be going to college over the summer. FurPoc, I'm also going to try to attend FurPoc. I went this year and it was pretty entertaining, and I mean, with an hour and a half drive from where I am, honestly, I really can't go wrong with that. So yeah, that's on the list. Now, on to YouTube content because I do want to try to build more of a presence on YouTube and try to build my presence in the community a bit more. With that, I do have plans to make more videos in this coming year, not just the reviews I pushed out with the Argonian mask and shit like that. I am still going to have stuff like that to show off some of these, like, frankly, amazing creations. These artists really do a great job, and I'm more than happy to, like, bring them to light on YouTube because, like, I'm sure a lot of people, like, look at this price tag and go, okay, I want to make sure I'm getting something of quality here, and I do it for both the community and for the artist, so I'm gonna keep doing that. What I'm not probably gonna do anymore is the fucking GI Joe shit where I talk about these action figures. While I absolutely love collecting them, I honestly fell behind in these videos because I the collection has grown quite a bit. I've fallen behind with them, and I really have no intention to catch back up. And it's also really not why people come to my channel. So there's really no point in continuing it. I'm still going to do stupid shit posts. In fact, I want to try to do them more because that's me. If you know me, that's me. I also have a few rant videos planned, which sounds like, negative and what the hell are you doing? I've been wanting to make videos on the school system and retail, my experiences for a long time. I'm talking like since I graduated high school, I wanted to do a video about this, and like it's a passion project for me. I know it's not like this big piece of art, but I have some stuff to say on the topic, and I really want to make sure it's said. So, since I'll have more time, being that at work I basically just stand by and wait for calls, and since I'll have like 5 days off between between shifts, I may as well try to go for it. I also want to try to make more furry content or furry centric content. But not your standard stuff. I want to stand out, honestly, I'll play it by ear, and I'll push out whatever I feel like pushing out. But I am looking to focus more on that because I do want to build more of a platform on that because I feel like I have the opportunity to express like my viewpoint on a few subjects related to the fandom, and I feel like the way to achieve that is to just go out and do it. Especially since looking at my socials here, I have like 629, as of this video, 629 watchers on Fur Affinity, 347 followers on Twitter, and 211 subscribers on my Telegram channel, not to mention the 81 people who are subscribed to me on YouTube. I kind of see where my audience kind of is. It's with the fandom, and honestly, the fandom is a really big part of my life, so it only makes sense to gear my content towards that. In closing, I am extremely grateful to every single one of you who follows me, like across any of my social media. I know I'm definitely an acquired taste, and I really, really do appreciate the people who do take the time to follow me or watch me wherever, because I think it's cool. I think every one of you is pretty fucking cool for doing that. I remember when I was at MFF, I got recognized a few times, and I thought that was pretty fucking sweet. It's pretty unreal. And I know that my numbers pale in comparison to like other people who have like people in the thousands and the millions of following them anywhere. And I guess technically, if you count all these numbers together, even though some of them overlap, like it's in the thousands or the thousand. But it's still a lot of fucking people who like actually tune in. And I think it's easy to lose sight of that. But I really am appreciative of every single one of you. Anyway, I've went on for long enough. Keep it real, everyone. Have a good year.